Welcome back, boys and girls. This is Miss Sparrow. Our next lesson is converting between decimals and fractions. You can type in FL5 and it'll bring it up. I really miss you guys. Feel free to call or text if you'd like. All right, let's get started. So we're gonna write 1/10 as a decimal. A lot of this is really just knowing your decimal place values. So let's start with that. Let me see if we can use some fun coloring. So we have, that's difficult. Let's not do that. So we have our ones place, decimal. I'm going to go to regular colors. Tenths. So right behind the decimal is your tenths place. Then you have your hundredths. And then you have your thousandths. Oh, I made it. Ones, then you have your decimal. We all know before this we have our tens, hundreds, etc. But after here we have our tenths, hundredths, thousandths. The big part of this lesson is just knowing that. If you know that, you're good to go. So our first one that they gave me was 1/10. 1/10. And if you read numbers correctly, which is why I emphasize this in class, it makes it a lot easier to write them out. So 1/10 is 1/10. Again, I know that 1 is in the tenths place, right behind the decimal. So this is equivalent. All right, our next one. Okay, our next problem is 4/5. Now, you might have been groaning when Miss Sparrow brought out her fluency sheets for you to memorize, but if you memorize 4/5, you should already know the answer to this. You should already know the equivalent decimal. If you still need some help, remember for our fifths, you can just memorize those. Think of $20 bills. 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and 5/5. We already know from a previous video that 5/5, when your numerator and your denominator are the same, that equals 1 whole. Here we have 20 hundredths, or even 2/10. You can write it either way. 40 hundredths, 4/10. 60 hundredths, 6/10. 80 hundredths, 8/10. And as we've already described, 1 whole here. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Okay, so the question is 4/5. If I already memorized that, I would already have written this down, clicked on it, and be done with that question. Next one. Okay, the next problem that they gave me was 11 hundredths. 11 hundredths. Again, if I know how to read it and I don't just say .11, if I say 11 hundredths, then that makes it a lot easier to know what it is as a fraction. As a fraction, it's 11 over 100. 11 hundredths. Done. So again, as you can see, this lesson is really simple as long as you've memorized this, and also maybe your fifths or your fourths or your thirds. I'm sure some of those have come up, your tenths. Okay, so last one, obviously we cannot memorize this one. But if you know your place values, you're going to be okay. We know this is tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and this is going to be 10 thousandths. 10 thousandths. And how you write that is 1,375 over 10,000. That's for that higher level challenge question, which you guys can all do very easily. I expect to see 100 on this lesson. All right, talk to you guys soon.